when we were working on the latest season of the show that cannot be named, a couple of us were like, let's go get a massage. It'd been a rough week, whatever. And there was no place to go get a massage that wasn't like last minute, you know? So I was looking around and I was like, oh, the 4 seasons. Wow, fancy. And supposedly it's like really hard to get a reservation there. And I didn't know, but I was like, how about I just try? And I was like, should I I don't want to name drop, but like, what can I do? And one of our castmates was like, absolutely name drop. I was like, all right. So I called and was like, hi, I'm an assistant of of these people from this show that cannot be named. And they had a really hard week and they were looking for a massage. And the woman was like, absolutely. We have 5 slots available for you right now. I was like, oh, great. Thank you. She was like, so I'm going to need your name and email to send those things to. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, my name is Colby Minifie and here's my email. And she was like, okay, and who are the massages for? And I was like, this person, this person, this person. Oh my God. And then she was like, and the last one, I was like, and the last one is for Colby Minifie. And then I was like, I was so embarrassed about it. I didn't know what to do. So we like booked it. And then I was like, are you gonna be there tomorrow? And she's like, yes. And as we were checking in, I was like, Victoria? She was like, yeah. I was like, I just have to tell you, I'm so embarrassed. Like, I didn't know what to do. And I've never done that before.
You outed yourself?
Yes. Well, it was so obvious what I was trying to do. And so then the story, I was just like, the story is just bad. If she's like, and she called pretending to be her own assistant. It's been bliss. I love being a redhead. Yes. Yeah. In the dating world, it's interesting because, I feel like I have to keep the strain going. So I'm like, but then I'm also like, cousin. I don't know. But I feel, I dyed it once for a play and I was supposed to look like Florence Welch. And so they cut my hair, bangs and bob, essentially, and dyed it like a deeper red. And I was living in not in Williamsburg. I was living in Ridgewood, Queens at the time, which you have to take the L train through Williamsburg and through Bushwick in Brooklyn and then back into Queens. And I remember feeling like I got that haircut and had my hair dyed and then wore a paper bag on my head on the way home because I was like, oh no, now I fit in on the L train with like all these people who live in Williamsburg and Bushwick. And I was like, I don't want to fit in here. But I will say after I got that haircut, I booked so many more jobs. All of a sudden people were like, oh, she's quirky. Oh, we get it. Oh, yeah. Like sometimes a haircut really helps identify you, I guess. But yeah, no, it's been great being a redhead. Really, really great.
My primary job, before acting really started to take off was I did superheroes at kids' birthday parties.
Oh my God. Tell me stories.
Yeah, I actually have not told anybody this.
You were prepared. More prophetic stuff here.
Like really, I know
Dude wore tights.
Because I haven't really told anybody. This is the first time you're hearing about it.
So happy to be here.
There's so many stories. So yeah, I was in university, and this ad popped up, and it was like superhero birthday parties. So I remember going and watching a party, just being an observer, and being like, okay, cool, I think I can do this. And I did one party, and I was like, this isn't a real job, but they're paying me anyway. So
was it good pay?
Yeah.
What were you dressed as? That's my curious.
I was dressed as a particular.
Oh wait a minute. Can you say it?
I mean, it's comics.
Comic related.
People crawl.
Who?
People crawl.
What?
Crawl on walls.
Oh, got it.
Crawl on walls.
Oh, I got it.
Yes. People crawl.
I was being
people crawl. I'm like, who? People crawl. I'm about to Google that sucker. What's he talking about? People crawl.
So
got it.
So it was, so I started working for somebody, and I did it for a while. The stories I have from that. Kids are violent. They're so violent. I wore a jock protector. And if I did not wear a jock protector, I would not be able to do that job.
You'd be a soprano.
Like legitimately.
You'd be a soprano.
I don't know if there's one party where a kid didn't try to like just boom.
Yeah.
You know?
You're not the real guy.
Oh man, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I did have, when I was in high school, I did work at American Apparel. Which was a crazy thing because they just wanted their girls to dress as skimpily as possible. And I was in high school and I was like, okay, I guess, but it was like not okay. And there are a couple great stories I have from working there, which one was that on my first day, I had just learned how to work the cash register. This was the store in Times Square, okay? Like the craziest store. It was one level and it was kind of small, but like nobody should be alone on the floor, right? In a store like that. And like the manager showed me how to work everything and she was like, I'm sick. I'm gonna go home. I was like, okay. She was like, so you stay if you need anything. The stock people are downstairs. There was like one person downstairs who was like restocking things as they needed to be restocked. And like, I was like, okay, like I can do this. Like, I got this, we could do it. You know, first day for everything. And like a group of 12 kids came in like half an hour later. And I'm walking around being like, oh, that looks cute. Like making sure I'm attentive, like make sure. And they're picking up things and be like, that looks really good on you. You should do that. And I was like, okay, that's nice, you know, whatever. And they leave and I walk around and I find like 15 empty hangers.
Gone.
And I was like, oh, no. Then a couple months later, there was, you know, we had this really long, like, I never told anybody, by the way. Never told a soul that happened. I just was like,
wait, is this about to be a Dragon Con exclusive? You're about to...
this?
Oh, you didn't tell anybody about the loss of...
No. I mean, I don't think I've told anybody else this story either.
Okay, that works.
But, no, I like the manager never knew. But, there was a new manager at this time and there was a really, really long checkout counter and there were these like DVD players where they'd show you how to wear some of their clothes. They're like, here's this giant scarf that could be worn in 15 different ways as a dress, you know. And there were 2 registers, but we never used that one. And so I'm here, and there's this guy who's brought all these women in, and he's just like buying them a ton of stuff. And it's like I'm checking out one bag at a time, and he's using those giant bags, and it's like hundreds of dollars worth of clothing. And he gives me, the first bag, the credit card goes through, and I like start ringing up the next bag. And like he gives me a different credit card that doesn't work. He gives me another credit card, that doesn't work. Another credit card, that doesn't work. I like never thought to check his ID. I was like not looking at the names on the credit. I was like, oh, sorry, sir. It's like, it's not working. I wonder what's going on. And he's like, oh, let's just leave that bag. I'll let that bag slide. So we took the one bag and I'm there. I'm like putting all the clothes away. They've left. The manager comes upstairs and she goes, what happened to the DVD players?
Oh.
So while I was distracted, with one this guy, he really knew what he was doing. It was amazing. Yeah. So you know that show I can't name, but it's Yes Chef. You know what I'm talking about? All right. So the lead of Yes Chef is, I went to high school with him, Jeremy Allen White, right? I was in love with him. Hi, Jeremy, you listening? Oh my God.
It's on social media now.
In love with him. And we were at this house party and somebody had given me a water glass full of vodka and I was like, oh, that's how you're supposed to drink it, right? Like New York City kid, like they're just like, here you go. Like I was like 15. I like drank the whole thing of vodka straight. Wow. And he gives me another one. And I start sipping on that. And Jeremy is smoking a cigarette in this stairwell. And I go up to him and I just start rubbing his back. And I'm like, hi, Jeremy. And he like looks and he's like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm so good. I'm like, hi. And he's like, okay. And I then proceed to go outside the building and vomit so furiously and violently that a taxi driver gives me his like one water of the night. He like stops and sees what's going on and he gives me like his only water of the night. And Jeremy exited the party. It's fine. It's fine. He's so famous now.
Due to DragonCon press agreements, we can only publish up to 10 minutes of panel footage. To see the full panel, you can visit dragoncon.tv and purchase a streaming membership for $10. This will give you access to many of the DragonCon panels and events from the current year and past conventions. And stay tuned for more highlight videos on Fandom Spotlite.
Thank you for watching this video. I am Invader Zim, and I traffic in doom! And so, if you do not subscribe to this channel, you will have doom that befalls you by me, Invader Zim.